Hi, everybody, and welcome to a new lesson. This is lesson number 6. In this opportunity, I'm going to teach you how to use properly the object pronoun me. Doesn't matter now if you don't know what I mean or what I'm referring to, but we are going to learn how to use me. Like when you say, he looks at me, he needs me, that me. How do we translate that pronoun in Spanish? How do we use it? So let's get started with positive statements. We're going to go through 3 parts in this class. First, we're going to take a look at positive sentences, then negative statements, and finally, questions. Okay? And the first one we have here is this. Rachel calls me sometimes. Rachel calls me sometimes. Rachel, of course, it's a name, so it doesn't have a translation, which means we can leave it just like that. Or, if you want to know, we actually have an equivalent for Rachel in Spanish, which is Raquel. Raquel. Not Raquel, but Raquel. Raquel. That's right. Now, for the verb to call, if you know, the verb to call is llamar. Llamar. And since Rachel is the third person, that means Rachel is she, that suggests that we have to conjugate llamar with ella. The right conjugation would be llama. Oh no, there's a mistake. No, this is not a mistake. This is how it works. Instead of placing immediately after the noun the verb, something special happens in Spanish. Okay, first let me try to explain this again. In this sentence, we have 2 people. One is Rachel and the other one is me. One of them is doing the action. It's called doer, the doer. That's Rachel, aka subject. And the one receiving the action is me. And this is known as object pronoun. So two people, one is doing the action and the other one is receiving the action. When we have a person receiving the action and this person is being replaced by a pronoun like me, you, her, him, etc., then what happens is that this is placed immediately after the subject, in this case Rachel or Raquel. So Raquel me, Raquel me, and then comes the verb llama. So the right way to say Rachel calls me is Raquel me llama. If you say Raquel llama me, I'm sorry, but that's wrong. No native speakers speak like that. We say Raquel me llama. It might take you a bit of time to know or to get used to this order of words, but yep, that's what we do when we speak Spanish. So Raquel me llama. And sometimes is a veces. So the whole sentence is Raquel me llama a veces. Now try it yourself, please. Very good. That's the way to say it. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. They need me here. they need me here. Again, we have as doer, person, person who is doing the action, and the one who is receiving the action is again me. So they is ellos, right? Ellos. And now, what comes next? Need. How do we say need? No, no, no. Remember, we don't say need yet. We place the object, the person, the one receiving the action first, and then the verb. So, ellos me. And then we conjugate the verb need, which is necesitar, right? Necesitar for the third person plural, which is ellos, is necesitan. Ellos me necesitan. And here, how do you say this? Did I hear aquí? I don't think so. It's aquí. Aquí. So the whole sentence is ellos me necesitan aquí. Now you say it. Very good. Ellos me necesitan aquí. Okay. Now the next sentence. Joel always understands me. Joel, in this case, we don't have a translation for the name Joel, so we keep it the same, but we use a Spanish pronunciation for this name. As you know, J is pronounced as ja in Spanish. Ja. So this is pronounced Joel. Joel. Or sometimes you might hear Joel. But this is because it's an influence from English, okay? But even so, we keep the vowels different, right? We say yo, el. We don't say Joel in Spanish. It is Joel or Joel. Always. How do we say always? Always is siempre, right? Joel siempre. And now the next word is the verb understand. But I'm sure you know that we don't have to say understand now. Not yet. What do we say? That's right. We say first me. And be careful with the pronunciation since it's not like English where you say me, but me. Me. That's right. And finally, we conjugate the verb understand, which is entender. And by the way, this is an irregular verb, and it's conjugated as entiende. So, the whole sentence is Joel siempre me entiende. It has to be clear for you that this me might come sometimes right after the subject, in this case Joel, but you know, between them we may add some words like always, often, or never. So when that happens, we respect that order and we place me right before the verb. So you're gonna hear always me entiende, me escucha, and so on. So keep that in mind. Joel siempre me entiende. Okay, now it's your turn to say it. Very good. And one last sentence for this exercise is Juan knows me very well. Juan knows me very well. Well, Juan is the same. Actually, that's a Spanish name. Knows. The verb to know is conocer. Actually, it has two meanings. One is saber and the other one is conocer. For this case, we need the verb conocer. I'm gonna explain that in deep because it's not necessary for this lesson, but just so you know. So, Juan conocer. And the conjugation for the third person is conoce, right? Juan conoce. And let's see. No. I hope you did notice this. Juan me. That's right. Juan me. And then we say conoce. Juan me conoce. Juan knows me. Juan me conoce. And very, it has only one translation, which is muy. 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 And well is bien. That's right. Bien. So if we go back to our previous lesson where I explained the verb estar, and I said this is used for conditions or for feelings, if you want to say in Spanish, I am very well, how would you say it? I hope you did that right. And you said, yo estoy muy bien. And that's the right answer. I am very well. Yo estoy muy bien. Okay, nice. Perfect. Now let's move on to the negative statements. Let's do this. You know, negative statement, we just add no. So, Santa doesn't give me gifts because I was a very bad kid. Santa doesn't give me gifts. Santa in Spanish, we might call him sometimes Santa. Actually in Spanish, Santa. But the most common name for this character is Papa Noel. That's right, Papa Noel. Try it. Good. Papa Noel. That's right. And doesn't, it's very easy. We just say no. That's right. Papa Noel, no. Papa Noel, no. Now, what comes next? I'm sure you did it right. Me. That's correct. Papa Noel no me. The verb to give is dar. Dar in Spanish. And conjugated with the third person, which is Papa Noel, that would be da. Papa Noel no me da. And gifts is regalos. Papa Noel no me da regalos. That's right. Now, you please say it. That's correct. That's correct. Okay, I think this is getting very clear so far. Let's move on to the next one. In this case, we don't have no properly because we don't have don't or doesn't, but we have never. That's why this is considered a negative statement. So my boss never listens to me. Why? Why is that? My boss never listens to me. Okay, so far I think it's very easy for you. That's me. Boss. How do you say boss in Spanish? That's jefe. Jefe. If you hear what I'm saying, I think you can guess which letter we need to use for this word. Je. je. That's J. That's right. Mi jefe. Not jefi or jefe, but jefe. Mi jefe. Mi jefe. Perfect. Never say never. That's nunca in Spanish. Mi jefe nunca. That's right. And now it's followed by me. That's right. Me. And now we just need to conjugate the verb listen for my boss, for he. The verb is escuchar. We just drop the R and we get escucha. Mi jefe nunca me escucha. Now it's your turn to say it. Very good. That's right. And actually here you can, in order for you to practice, you can obviously replace boss by any other word, you know? Like you can say, mi mamá nunca me escucha, mi papá nunca me escucha, mi amigo nunca me escucha, and so on. That way, if you practice like this, you're gonna get used to use this structure, you know? Because with this lesson, I'm sure it's gonna be clear to you, right? But the thing is that you've gotta get used to this. You gotta practice. So every time you use it, you know that, because yeah, in the beginning, you're gonna take some time, you know? You gotta think like, okay, listen to me or needs me or whatever is first me, no? Me escucha, me necesita, etc. So this needs practice. Okay, let's do the next one. You hardly ever visit me. You hardly ever visit me. Again, we don't have don't or doesn't here, but since we have hardly ever, this is considered a negative statement. So you is tú, that's right, and hardly ever. I'm not sure if you are familiar with this, but I'm here to help you. In this case, we don't need to translate word by word, because hardly ever is one expression, but it's formed by two words too. So hardly ever is casi nunca. Literally, casi nunca means almost never. But since it's not that common to use or less frequent to use almost never, and it's more common to use hardly ever, I'm using this. In Spanish, casi nunca is the best option. We don't have anything like more common to say. So this is very native. Tú casi nunca me. Perfect. Tú casi nunca me, and we need here the verb visitar conjugated with tú, and that will be visitas. Tú casi nunca me visitas. Why? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? What is going on? Tú casi nunca me visitas. Now say it. Okay, cool. Perfect. Very good. And now, finally, time for questions. How do we form questions? If you remember our lessons so far, I taught you that for questions, we don't need to do anything special. Unlike English, where you use do as a word to form a question, in Spanish, we don't need anything, right? We just need an opening question mark like this in the picture, but that's not a word. Now, do you remember me? You, of course, we start with to, simple, to. And now we have, again, what comes next? Come on, say it. Me. Correcto. Correcto. tú me. And now the verb remember is recordar. And this is an irregular verb which has a change in O. The vowel O. Recordar O goes to UE, which would be recuerdas. Recuerdas. Do you remember me? ¿Tú me recuerdas or just me recuerdas? As you already know, in Spanish we usually tend to drop the subject pronouns, right? Me recuerdas is more than natural, and that's perfect. Okay, now say it. Very good. Muy bien. That's right. Tú me recuerdas or me recuerdas. And it's very important to do the right intonation, okay? Not just like reading it like whatever the way you want to do it. You want to put your, this inflection in your voice. Me recuerdas? Like that. Okay. And the next and last example for questions is this. Do your friends miss me? No, we used to play a lot together. So now, do your friends miss me? Okay, do nothing. That's right. Just the opening question mark. And your is not like you, right? This is a possessive adjective. I don't like that much using these grammar names. Just let's say it's a word to indicate possession, right? Your, my, your, his, her. So your is tú. If you watched my previous videos, you know that your is tú. But in this case, it's not exactly tú, but tus. And why is this? Because the next word is in plural. Friend is amigo, and plural is amigos, right? If the word was friend, your friend, then the translation would be tú. Tu amigo. But in this case, it's not. This is plural, so tus amigos. Now, me, that's right. Me, and the verb to miss is extrañar. Extrañar, and this is a regular verb. So this means tus amigos, that's they, ellos. Ellos, extrañar, so extrañan. Tus amigos me extrañan. That's right, with that intonation. Now do it, but remember to use that intonation at the end. Very good. Tus amigos me extrañan. Okay, and now to consolidate everything we have learned so far in this lesson, we've got the quiz time. I'm gonna present to you one sentence of each type that we have seen so far. An affirmative statement, a negative, and a question. The first one. My friends need me. Okay, you've got 10 seconds to say this. Try it. Okay, start now. Tres, dos, uno. Time's up. Okay. My is a very basic word now, and this would be me or miss. Es miss. Why is miss? Because the following word is in plural. That's right. mis amigos. Mis amigos need me. Me, and the verb necesitar, conjugated with they, ellos. Mis amigos me necesitan. That's right. I hope you did this right. The next one, a negative statement. My uncle doesn't visit me. My uncle doesn't visit me. Okay, you've got, again, 10 seconds. Tres, dos, uno, time's up. Okay, this time we have uncle. Uncle is singular, so that means that my is just me. That's right. Now, how do you say uncle in Spanish? That's, well, a short word is tío, in case you didn't know that. Mi tío. Mi tío, and I'm sure you did the rest right. Mi tío no me visita. That's right. Mi tío no me visita. Perfect. And the last sentence for this exercise, which is a question, is this. Does my ex miss me? Does she still miss me? I wonder about that. Okay, it's your turn to do it. By the way, ex in Spanish is the same. Ex. Tres, dos, uno, time's up. Okay, we start with the opening question mark. The X is, in this case, is just one X, so that means mi ex, me, and mis, which is extrañar, we conjugate it for she, right? Or for her or for him. This because the subject is she or he. Extraña. Mi ex me extraña. Mi ex me extraña. I don't know. And as simple as that, now you can use these small pronouns that are very common. You know, when we talk, we are always addressing to someone. So I'm always talking to someone and I say you, like, I need you, I called you, I write to you, anything. And the same way when they do something for me or to me, they are saying that. No? Or when I ask them to do something for me, like, can you call me? Or do you miss me? Do you need me? These are the sentences or expressions that we use in a daily basis, actually. So that's why it's very important to study them and practice. Okay, guys? So that's it for today's lesson. I hope you really enjoyed this one. And if it was so, please subscribe and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And that's it. I hope to see you soon on the next one. Bye.